This is C.R.P.H.A, humanitarian citizen in business, and also disability and education advocate, and of course health advocate. Um, the one thing of the reason why I'm wearing this right here is to show you what our main focus is for humanity, for every citizen in the United States to start with, and what we basically we believe in Roddenberrys' vision. We believe in the fact that humanity can better itself. We believe that humanity, as both male and female alike, can strive to do better and not repeat the same things over and over again that have been already done in our history, in this country's history, and in the whole entire globe's history. We can step away from all sorts of hate, dislike, dismay, the whole enchilada. We can strive to do better, correlate with one another, connect with one another in a positive way and manner and reason. And we can strive together as one, even though that one would be in connection with all sorts of races, types of people, ethnicities, cultures, the whole enchilada there as well. Once we do that, we can strive even beyond what mankind and even humanity may even see for itself. And as Roddenberry says, or has said in many one of his videos, is that mankind, be that the audience of who watch, even the ones that watch TV shows, even the ones that have viewed Star Trek, and has seen the many things that it's been showing, that each series has been showing. It can also be seen as it's sending a positive message that mankind can strive to do better and to be better than it is. And he also mentioned that the viewing public is way ahead of the said politicians of the day. And it will be continued to be as such, that the viewing public is way ahead of of the base of humanity's time, way ahead of the normal political of the politicians within Washington D.C. alone, as well as our other states. We are ahead of them in such a way that they don't even see it. Therefore, they're just playing they're just going as they go, basically repeating the same thing over and over again, repeating the same jargon, as it were, and yet outside of that, the citizens of the United States, to start with, have gone way beyond that. Way beyond the understanding of politics, way beyond the aspect of the normalcy of what's known, what the politicians see as even normal reality. The viewing public and even the viewing public of YouTube, are way ahead of their time in humanity standards to start with. Thereby, we want a better future for not only us, but for many people, even if we do not admit it. I know within ourselves we do. Because it's not, it wouldn't be logical to only want a positive future for just us. Granted, it is a positive for us, but in order for it to be, in order for things to be a positive for us, be that a positive future, it has to span across the board, as it were, to the points to where everybody has the same bright future, but in their own vision. Where there's no base of money, no base of wars, no base of anything, not even racial, and no base of hate, no base of any explosive devices or anything else that would be more than a detriment to humanity itself and society. Yes, I know we have had to deal with um, many of the liberal and non-liberal news reports of the day and century so far that state that and even try to act as if we're stuck in the same loop as everybody else is, even in this, as many people are in Washington D.C. in the political venue, when we're not. It may take the politicians to see that we are not in the same general loop as they are. Mm, the basic fact is that we are expanding our minds, even if the more we learn new things and read various different things, even on different things, even with if it not, even if it is or is not scientific, um, or even if it is or does not really connect with reality itself. There are many ways to do it without reassociating ourselves with the politicians, reassociating ourselves with the same loop as they've been going through for centuries. Which basically they think that they're doing well, let's put it this way: the Democrats think that they're doing the right thing for society and America when they're not. Thereby, they're still in the same negative baloney top loop, and yet they refuse. They are too blindsided to see that the citizens of the United States, be that the viewing public of such series as Star Trek and many others, even sitcoms, are way beyond the politicians' way of understanding and visualization, essentially, of many different things. Thereby, we are striving at, for a better world, a better future for everyone, for including ourselves. I know that, but the one thing is we have to keep on believing and working towards it. Don't and that goes along with the fact that we cannot be so filled with hate and dismay and dislike of anything or anyone, because it will take a combined effort for it to actually happen and for it to actually be in reality. And that's why I started advocating in my own way, not only for our youth, not only for to make sure that the politicians in Washington D.C. see and realize the actual logic of things and whatnot else, but mainly to help us understand things and to help the American people and our youth to understand things better. Even our younger youth, we always try to strive for them to have a better future and a better education in every state across this country. The politicians may view that they are trying to do the same thing, but they're going about it the wrong way, and they think they don't see it that they are going about it the wrong way. They think they're going the right way, when really they're not. You cannot connect politics with education and expect it to be a a positive thing. Actually, doesn't matter if it's even if you consider it a positive effort or anything else. But the one thing is, if you believe in you and you can help many people believe in themselves as well, truthfully and honestly, within you and within everybody else, that's a good start. You will be even at most one step close enough to where you'll be able to build up from that. Once you build up from that, keep thinking positive. Keep thinking no. Keep thinking positive. Vocalizing positive. Doing positive actions, not only for yourself, not only for your kids or children, not only for your children essentially, and not only for your spouses or girlfriends or boyfriends or fiancés, both male or female, or even if you're single and or widowed or divorced, and if it just goes plainly for you and your children, if you had any children in the marriage, or even if it just goes for you, do it for you. But one thing, do not go against the law. Just strive, volunteer. Volunteer to help those in need. Volunteer to help those in the educational thing, in the educational fields. Um, like, let's see, for example, I did such a thing like that under over at the program known as Employment Plus many years ago. Due to the fact of my experience in the working world, that helped. That gave a good leverage to where I was able to teach those who were in the beginning straits of going out there for employment. I would still do the same thing if given the chance, but I want to do more than that. I want to even do more than what I've done in the sense of retail. I want to do more than I have done even in the sense of fast food. I want to do more, and that's why I'm doing the advocating thing, informing people of what's really being said and what's really being done in in the sense of politics and even outside the sense of politics. That way, people are better informed versus what the media, both liberal and otherwise, are telling you. The basic fact is that the media, like I said, couldn't only say so much, contracted by the FCC. But I can tell you, even from my understanding of things, of my own, as I have done for since 2004, as an advocate, as I advocate in my own way of what's really going on to keep you better informed. I believe that we can wear uniforms like this. We can explore the outreaches of our own planet and our own solar system, and actually do what Roddenberry has shown in many of his series of Star Trek, and explore the unknown within every part of the galaxy, even beyond our own galaxy. But the only way that can happen, there's only one way that can happen to start with, is that we have to learn to work together. We have to learn how to get along, and it doesn't go by force. It cannot go by force. It cannot go by coercion or nothing negative, nothing sinful. It has to be a combined effort all the way through. And even if one side doesn't see it fully, it may take some time for them to actually say, well, okay, well, when I just talked to so and so, or whoever could be a male or female that they could have talked to, they were saying we can work together to do this, A, B, or C, or C, D, F, whatever the hell, right? The basic fact is that once they realize it, and it may take some time, right? Because many things do, you have started something that you can easily reassociate if and when they come over to you again and talk to you about it. You may have a different outlook on it from that point, but as long as it stays 100% positive with no hate, no nothing negative, then that's a good start right there. And this way we can also start by not worrying about what the politicians say of either side. Just go about it and strive, and they will eventually catch on of what America is doing, what the American people are doing. Even as if we were to listen to what's been going on in the world around us, we can still do of what I said. I'm not telling you what to do here. I'm just putting out the fact that once we do the things that I've suggested and what Roddenberry has visioned, it can be done. It just takes a person's effort. I already started the effort by informing you of what's what to start with, and I'm still going to be doing that. But the basic fact is, I'm striving for the future here, and the future could be to start with by wearing one of these. Exploring space, expanding the knowledge of humanity and ourselves, expanding the knowledge beyond human understanding, even currently. That's even seen as current. Expanding the knowledge of unforeseen things that we may not know of, but we're able to work with and work around to better understand, right? But never, never go against. Thereby, if we do this, Roddenberry's vision will more than be coming into focus, more than so, and it will be more than coming into base of reality. And if the politicians don't see it, all the better. The basic fact is that there's no real politics in Roddenberry's vision. The base of the dollar bill currency to start with is gone. The aspect of homelessness and hunger and despair and all that is gone. Everybody has at that point in Roddenberry's vision has strived for the better, and they are expanding even from that to even be better than they have become in Roddenberry's vision. And we can do the same thing. America in this century to start with, as well as the centuries before, can still do the same thing. I'll put in a couple links on the bottom of this video, and you will see the many things that'll show our past the histories of this country and other countries, and also the past history, and possibly one of them might be showing what happened thus far. And the one thing is that you'll hear quotes and speeches and statements and such like that, done by those who wrote the parts for each character of Star Trek. But it makes a lot of sense, and believe me, we can do better than what instead of repeating the same thing over and over again, as I said before. Because repeating the past is just not going to get us anywhere. Repeating the present is not going to get us anywhere. Repeating the years before is not going to get us anywhere. Going beyond that, outside the bubble, or outside the box, as it were, outside that repeating aspect of sorts, if you will, that we can strive to do better. We can even strive to be better, all on the same base. But again, it will need to be a combined effort. It can start with us. It can start with the one person. Just like it started with Roddenberry to bring that one particular vision of his out in the open. For many people to see. That has gone for over 75 years, almost 80 now. Both in the series and the movies and in the comics. Even in the novels of Star Trek. Those we can strive to go to that extent and even further. Where humanity will no longer be seen as a uninformed, unknowledgeable type of species, if you will, in the spatial, scientific, universal aspect of things. Be that, of course, if we were to be actually visited by any particular extraterrestrial, as it's still called, be that, of course, another alien species, even in the Star Trek terminology, they will see that we are doing what we can, that we know how to strive to be better and to do better. They will not see us as a insignificant species, as the Q character sees the base of humanity. Of course, he sees a number of other negative things, and then when it comes to humanity itself. But we can even show alien species like the Q continuum, if there is any. And I'm not saying there is or isn't. And I'm not saying that there isn't any species or alien species like the Romulans or Vulcans or Klingons or anything like that. I'm not saying that there is or isn't. Because the only time we will be able to find out truthfully is once we work together in a combined effort to do better. Not only for us, not only for every other person, to do better even in a combined effort as we get along. No matter the differences, no matter our belief systems or whatnot else, right? We can do it. Who's to say? I may be able to be. I may live long enough to see that myself. I do pray I am, but one never knows. Do they? Do they? Nobody really knows. Do they? But the basic fact is that the more it's done, the more it will be repeated to strive even further, right? So it can start with one. You being a male or a female. Forget about the feminist movement. Forget about every other movement that there's ever been, or even is, for that matter. Go beyond that. in way of action. There will be more about that on C.R.P.H.A video. I'm not sure exactly when. But do note, for those in California who are in support of Trump, we got to make sure that the politicians of Sacramento and the politicians of California all across the state need to realize that if they keep on going against the Constitution like Obama and Jerry Brown have, because there's a thought that the California might leave Trump off the ballot, and that's against the Constitution. And nobody's allowed to put that into action. And if California does that, I encourage everybody to protest to make sure that doesn't happen. Because the state has gone against the Constitution with Jerry Brown. This country's gone against the Constitution with Obama. No more. And Good Day Sacramento better get that straight too on that one. Trump has every right to be on the ballot for people to vote for him as any other candidate does. Like it or not, liberal Democrats deal with it. That's the constitutional way and manner. And if you go against the Constitution again, liberal Democrats, you will be seeing a lot of things happen to you, among other things, within the states that you even govern. Straight on through liberal idiot Democrats. But outside of that, what I said earlier, we can strive further in a positive way. And like I said, I will say more another time, and on another day, and another date. This is C.R.P.H.A, humanitarian citizen, and many other advocates that I have on my Facebook page under C.R.P.H.A, as I mentioned a good number of them earlier. We want you both to stay safe. We want you all to stay safe and stay unharmed. Like I said, do not go against the law. And may Heavenly Father bless you all. And may Heavenly Father bless the United States of America. And live long and prosper.